I think that I can make this work.
Anybody else think this is a bad idea? He's found either a mate or he found some food.
I don't have a pull string. Don't do plosives in a super dusty thing.
Fresh copper. Who doesn't like it?
I've been getting into time in a big way lately, and my dad and I actually gave a presentation at the Ennis workshops at NAB this year, and I talked about my little time pie setup. And one thing that I have not done yet is getting a GPS antenna outside. So today our goal is to get this little antenna mounted so it sees the whole sky. I have this GPS antenna. This is like a $300 antenna with built-in lightning protection. It's from PCTEL. To get that on the wall, I bought a, this is like for pole mount things. This will be into this bracket on the wall. That's our goal.
A bracket on the wall like this.
And then this will be strapped on this way, and then the antenna will mount in there. So that's that part. But then to get the cable in, we have this cable that goes from, what is this, F-type or N-type?
N, yeah.
This is an N connector that goes to SMA, which you have said you don't like SMA.
Yeah,
I think this is pretty amazing because I'm used to those little IPEX or the UFL connectors. This is like, it has a screw, it's so nice. But
it's like a mini version of that, a little in a way. Yeah.
But you're used to those, you know, those kind of connectors.
Bigger connectors.
And
Yeah. Well, you certainly don't need the power that this can give you hundreds of watts. You certainly don't need that in a GPS receive antenna. So you're fine from that perspective.
Yep, but this is 20 meters Belden H155 SMA
Belden.
to N norm Stecker, whatever that means. What else? There's also coaxial that we'll try. So once you wire this up, you're supposed to, and the instructions for this are actually very detailed. It says use this stuff and you wrap it around the end so that no water can get into the cable.
Put electric tape over that.
Yeah, and then more electric tape on top.
See you in 20 years. So
yeah, and you know this stuff because you've put all these antennas in other places, and you know what happens after 20, 40, 50 years. But to get into the building, I actually went a little bit premium and got this from KF7P Metalworks.
Yeah.
So this is a nice cable entrance. It's a really well put together box. I mean, you could buy a project box and do this yourself, technically, but the finish on it is great. It has weatherproofing strips in it. It comes with all the parts that you need. You can order it custom with all the little adapters and whatever.
And pictures.
And it has a guide with pictures in it.
Yeah.
It's a little expensive to buy these things, but this is a place, you know, we have a 5-year lease on this place. So 5 years isn't that much time. But it'll be nice to have this to put other antennas into and to ground everything because the back of it has a giant copper plate.
Yep, in and out of the building through that box. So first, as you get in and out of the building, we have a pipe that's going to go all the way through the building, and on the outside, it'll connect to this hole in the box. So the cables will be able to come from the inside of the building into the box, which will be outside, and then from the box, it'll be able to go out these holes in the bottom. We'll plug the ones we're not using, go through the one we are. We've got grounding capabilities here. This is a big copper plate to ground to.
There's a piece of film on it right now, so we'll peel that off.
Yeah, so big copper plate, we'll be bonding to that, get that grounded. We'll bring our antenna ground down to this plate here. This plate will be grounded, and that'll take care of that. And then we've got a lightning arrestor here, which we may or may not use, right? We're looking at that, but we do have a pass-through lightning arrestor box.
And why is lightning and grounding, why are those important when you're putting antennas up?
Well, you got to have a plan. So you want to direct lightning somewhere, or static charge, I would say, anything, depending on the height of the tower and how much you pick up. But you want to have a plan for lightning strikes, because I don't know anywhere around here we have plenty of lightning strikes. And I don't know what would save you from a direct hit, but this will save you from a lot of stuff that may hit a pole nearby and the energy field goes up or hit something else on the roof. So I think you're in good shape.
So the plan is to put it on the wall. It's probably somewhere near where that camera is, but not quite up to it. That way we can put the antenna anywhere in this range. But the other thing that's important is to keep it above the drop ceiling height so that when that thing goes in, it's not like hitting the drop ceiling or visible underneath. So it's going to go in through there, and then it's going to come just above the drop ceiling. And I already have some hangers on the metalwork up there. So we're just going to have the cable go through those hangers into the server closet, and then it'll come into this hole and come down here. Right now I have this pie here, and you might notice this cable is kind of hanging out here. This is just a temporary GPS antenna I have that's in the ceiling up there. That's the goal today, to get that all across. This part will probably be pretty easy. We just need to pop some ceiling tiles and run the cable. But the outside part, we need to go through concrete, well, cinder block. Okay. We're gonna try. I'm gonna go up on the high spot on here. Like that. Nope, well, that's gone.
Extra insulation, dude.
Gotta clean this up. Should be easy now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna try to center this. Okay.
See light?
No, but it's dark up there, so.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's right. You're above the ceiling.
But there's a hole, for sure. We'll need to, it's pretty spot on. So I think we'll just drill around it and chisel inside.
Yep.
So I got this little fan recently. I want to see if it can blow off a work site here. Little, this was like 50 bucks on Amazon or something like that. That worked out pretty well. Rain is coming in the next few minutes, so I'm going to cover up that hole with tape because we didn't think about like if it's going to rain today or not. More specifically, I didn't think about that. I thought it was going to be nice like this morning all day. Okay. I think that I can make this work. You think that I should try to...
I think that's a skinny little hole, and I'm wondering how that body contortion is going to happen.
You think that I should do this in a more safe and logical way, but I don't like doing it that way because I just like getting it done. See, this is what I'm planning.
Anybody else think this is a bad idea?
Now we're going to try this big irrigation pipe. I don't, is that what it's called? It's a sprinkler pipe or whatever?
Sprinkler. I think it's sprinkler.
So sprinkler pipe is kind of in the way, but this one's harder because the concrete all chipped out and it has like a ring.
Yes.
So it's hard to...
cupped action.
It's hard to get this into these spots. I think we'll go to chisel mode and... We found out after I had done all that chiseling that I actually have the chisel attachment for this, which would have sped things up, I think. We'll find out. Chisel tip. I probably bought this. No, have I used it? I don't think I've ever used this. So I think I bought this for this project like a year ago, and we just never got around to it until now.
Is it chiseling?
Yeah. So it doesn't start chiseling till you engage, so you got to push hard to engage. See that?
Oh man, yeah, that's fast.
It's a lot faster, but
a lot more stuff flying.
Well, let's try out the thing. I'm gonna cut this side a bit. Yep, I can feel the tape on the other side. We're good.
Okay. Excellent.
It rained, if you can't tell. So I'm going to take off this very fancy rain cover that I made out of gaff tape. So there you go. Now I can see through there. I'll take a quick video of what's inside here so you can see what I'm seeing. Here's the hole. If I look inside there, there's the other hole. How nice. And they're pretty much aligned. Now, here's the thing. I just eyeballed the color selection for this. You can choose any color you want. And I'm hoping that this color matches the wall pretty closely. And it looks like it will. Ah, look at that.
Does a great job.
That's beautiful.
Marking the holes, right?
Yep. Now, can I do this without eating the marker? I can't see it.
It's like docking the space station.
Except I can't
You
see
had
it.
It looked like you had it. There you go. There you
Okay,
go.
good. Okay, now it's time to use the golden hammer. Abraham Maslow. I don't need these yet. Where do I want to put these? I don't know. You just went inside to get stuff. And now I'm here talking to myself. Hi, Mom. All right, both sides.
Okay, and I got, yeah, I did both inside and outside.
Yep.
So you go inside.
And now it's a plumbing project.
That's right.
And how long will he hold them together?
Yeah, how long?
That's always the question that I have when I do these things. An hour? 6 hours?
No, I don't think so.
I would hold it more than that. For like, I do 10 seconds or so.
Where do you think it's going to go?
Well, nowhere, but
It's already locked in. Pretty much.
yeah, I know. I just do the 10-second rule. You turn off something for 10 seconds, and then you turn it back on. You hold plumbing together for 10 seconds. I mean, this isn't hopefully going to have high pressure water in it.
No.
So we were going to do some silicone around at least that opening. And we might do something in the future if we ever have any issues. But what it shipped with was this foam, which is nice and thick. So as we tighten it up, that should form a really nice seal. We left the bottom open so that any water that does get in here can always go out the bottom. And very nicely, there's 2 slats on the bottom, on the inside too, to let water come out. Of course, every year or so, we should probably check it for bugs, rats, whatever else, because you never know, anytime that
No,
it's
you
outside.
don't.
I'll put these inside. Hopefully they don't fall out. Oh, there goes one of the screws.
I can get that one.
Okay, well, it's under where my foot will go, so I'll just hold it like this. Okay. There goes another screw. That was not the best idea to put all the screws in there.
You got holes
There
in the
goes
bottom?
another screw.
Hey,
all,
3.
all 4 screws came out eventually. So I am right on the mark here. I got 1 screw ready to go in. Okay, that's rock solid.
Yeah, we're all up without this. We had to mount that little mount for the antenna, the GPS. Whoa, listen
You
to
hear
that
that?
fella. He's found either a mate or he found some food.
Yeah, the hawk. Can he unscrew these without dropping them on the ground? There's holes down here. That's the problem. I'll get him started. Let's make sure it closes still.
I could see if it's level with the tower behind you.
Unless
It
the
looks-
tower's out of level.
Yeah, that's true. That would be bad though.
Okay. These things don't work on the little pole that we have. They seem to be made for like a telephone pole.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to the hardware store and get hopefully some U-bolt mounts.
Yep.
And then also some grounding wire, because no matter how we do it, somebody's going to complain about how we ground this system. So while Dad is going to pick up a strap to hopefully get that GPS antenna finally mounted, I'm going to get some gloves on and do this big gap filler. The annoying thing with these bottles is you basically get 1 use out of it. They say that you can put it in and get 2, but that does not always happen. Try to fill this in. Okay. So you got these,
Yeah.
and they will hopefully be able to get tight enough. Let's get it mostly tight, but not all the way. We'll need to take this part off. So it looks like you could do it whichever way. we want. For the outside, I'm going to do a bead of silicone across the top and sides. Don't ever do the bottom, otherwise the water has nowhere to go if it gets inside, which it will. And I'm going to cut this tip a bit wider because there's a gap that's about a little more than a 1/4 inch wide up there. There we go. So washer.
Yep, washer, then the lock nut. That felt very gentle.
I don't think there's a torque setting for these, but there is a torque setting for the ground lug.
The connector we're going to do outside up in
Yeah.
the inconvenient world up there, right? So we don't
Yeah,
really
well,
have a choice.
you
You don't have a choice because we're going to pull it later.
because we got to pull it through the box with the grommet on it.
So there you go.
And the screws.
Screws.
We'll figure this out up here.
Put the,
And the antenna might go falling down.
I'll dive for it if I have to. Not
it's gonna
dive,
be here.
dive.
Like that. That's good. We do things the intelligent way here. Like recording when a guy is weed whipping right across the street. So next up we need to do the cable and the ground. We could do the ground with the cable and then go right up to this lug. And then the other ground go up into here. We're gonna go
Pick a hole.
this way with the cable because we have the grommet on that end.
Yeah, you need to come up to there.
Okay.
I'd pick that first one, let you just
First
one
hole?
you had. Yep.
All right.
Shove that inside.
And
Because we
just
want
let
a
it-
home run for this one.
Yeah. If we had 12 people, we could have them all lined up in there and go all the way back to the rack.
Calling all grandkids. Calling all grandkids.
And we would put a lightning protection thing on here, but this antenna has lightning protection built
Yeah.
in. So
Yep.
supposedly that'll be fine. It's a long cable. We still have a lot more to go. I could
Yes,
go to
you
the
do.
front of the building with this. Oh, my arm's getting tired.
Okay, this is in the air now. You ready?
Okay.
Got that.
Okay. So
Don't
now
mess with you.
gotta do this. A good hen tighten. So I'm thinking we do this. And go in like that with the grommet. Yeah. And in the instructions for the KF7P, it says just put a little black silicone in here if you want to make it look really nice. We could do the grounding lug here, right up to there too.
You could.
This stuff just keeps getting more and more expensive. The copper. I think this roll right here was 40 bucks. Makes me sad that I recycled some copper from my house a few years ago. I could have just stripped that cable down and reused it instead of recycling it. Okay, well I just knocked the grommet right out and it's over there by the camera.
I see it.
There we go. Okay. Great. Okay, that's not coming out.
What's that? Oh yeah, you're pretty out.
Okay.
Drape them so they can tie together.
Yep.
Nice and smooth.
That's cool. This little screw kind of spreads out all the copper and pushes it against the back nicely. Okay, so these two are pretty much set together.
Now it just still looks a little tight up into that GPS. I just leave that a little, just relaxed looking, like straight in
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Yep. I think those would be two good spots. Look good.
I know guys that pop, they do like a 3-inch section.
And wrap it. And this, I think I can get around this pretty well without doing that. I think I have enough space. I'm gonna just start at the top here and I'm gonna give it a good wrap. I did the tar tape or whatever they coax seal first, went right over it with the electrical tape. I know a lot of times on my power cables I'll put electrical tape on first, that critical area, so it comes away super clean and not full of tar and pulling it away. And then I'll put on the tar tape, and then I'll put the electrical tape over that. And a lot of times I'll wind down and back up. And I don't know, you guys got any tips? Let us know in the comments, because these are the great tips we all share.
We're going to put the ground wire in from the inside because for now, and I'm sure some people will say that's not right, we're going to wire it into the panel's ground, which goes straight into the earth ground. Eventually we're going to put a ground on the outside of the building, but this is going to for now go over there into the panel. And I'm going to put it through this way. So now we're going to run this back to the server closet, and we have a lot of cable to go.
Yes,
see, I've been into this tile before a couple times. Okay, so here's our cable. So we got the cable run all done, and now it's just putting these tiles on with this thing actually comes down like below the ceiling. So I don't know how professionals do these things the right way, but we're gonna try getting this in. Well, that actually went a lot. No, that's not good. Okay, be careful with that one.
All right, good luck with this last one.
Yep, this one I can't stick my hand back in through the other thing. And I can't go that way, so I have to go something like that. Okay, huh. That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. So you just got a couple more cables to tidy up, and then I'll have my GPS time, which I will do a full video on GPS on Jeff Geerling, the main channel. So go subscribe over there, and thanks for watching.